Hello, StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is the game between Haz and Happy on Ruins of Endion. In the bottom right side of the map, we have the blue Terran player. It is Happy. And in the bottom left side of the map, we have the red Protoss player. It is Haz. This is from the Round of 32 series that was held in WCS 2016 Spring. And this particular match was recommended to me by a subscriber in one of the comments of my casts. So I said, hey, why not cast it and make them happy? So if this game is not very good, blame it on the subscriber. Okay. Alright, so PvT on Ruins of Endion. It is not a 4-player map, although it kind of looks like it. This is way, way, way too small to be a main base. Same thing about this. And there's a super, super wide map leading up, so you know this is not a place you can spawn. The quickest point between these two places is right through here, this middle base, with a gold base in the middle of it. And these rocks are in the way, so no, you cannot rush through it with 3 birds. You cannot rush through it with lings or adepts or anything like that. You really have to go this long way around, which is what this probe is doing, which is what this SCV is doing. They may meet in the middle and kiss, as is the tradition of Life's a Glitch TV. Ready, set, oh no, they dodged it. They dodged it. They used to like hit and then bounce across. Did they change the AI? That was right in the middle. They must have just started scouting at the exact same second. They really must have. Although the probe's getting there just a tiny bit earlier to see what's going on. But they're both going up the ramps at essentially the same time. Probes comes in, does see this is going to be what looks like a Reaper expand possibly, but it's a Marine. It's enough to chase the probe off though, because if that's a Reaper, that thing is dead, running all the way home. Excuse me. SCV here, also checking things out, making sure it's not a crazy proxy gate or anything like that. Did recognize that is the case. Cybernetics core safe at home. Neither player really walling off. I guess, yeah, this is a wall off with a bunker. What Happy is doing. So interestingly enough, not using the racks to wall off here. Instead, getting a bunker. I suppose he'd prefer to have Marines shooting at any adepts that try to come up here instead of trying to shoot from behind this wall. It does kind of expose them to be back there, and whether inside the bunker, that's not the case. So checking for any pylons that Haz might do. Haz is really big into the cheese. And some really crazy strategies I have learned in casting him in the last few weeks on my channel. Stargate opening from Haz. Mothership core here as well. And this probe is not going home. This probe is holding the Zelnaga watchtower as the expansion comes up from Haz. So the timing a little bit earlier than your opponent over here on the bottom right side. And this is a straight up one base play from Happy. So Happy is getting a Cyclone. Excellent choice there. Cyclone versus Mothership core. Cyclone usually wins that thing unless a Mothership core has some pretty good micro and some good map awareness as to what exactly is happening here. So Mothership core is pretty terrible unless there's a pylon you can photon overcharge. So this looks like this might be the case. Proxy, proxy command center over here. So what this does is it tells Haz this might be a one base attack. It looks like a one baser. I need to be worried about this, but instead there's an expansion up there by Happy. So there's the pylon. There's a Mothership core doing stuff. Marines inside the bunker. There's the Cyclone. Oh, don't force the cancel on that pylon. Beautiful stuff indeed here. Could actually get some shots off on other things too. Trying to micro his very best to keep this wall up and running. Cyclone ready to rock with lock on. There it is. Going to try to take out that pylon again. Look at this hold by Happy. Just so beautiful. He's going to be able to kill it. He absolutely is. There's the cancel. There is the cancel. What a play. What a defense. What a choice by Happy to get that Cyclone. The Cyclone did not actually get a kill, but did force 2 cancel pylons, which is going to prove to be so darn important here. Resources lost 100, as Haz lost 50 minerals from each of those, and Happy's lost nothing whatsoever. But what Haz has to be wondering is where the heck is that second base? Is this really a one base all-in that we're seeing out of the blue Terran player? It is possible. That is a thing in Legacy of the Void. Again, it's just kind of hard to spend all your money when you're sitting on one base because you have so many workers right away. Third command center coming up. I think it will land here in the natural, but it is the third as we are starting to mine happily with happily. Haha. That was not intended at all. But there's a mule here. There's an SCV. This is going to be an orbital command, not a planetary fortress. I guess he's planning on being hidden and really getting the economic benefit from this rather than worrying about defending it. Phoenix are out. Haz is opening Phoenix 4 or so. Any static defense. There's a missile turret there. And once again, the Cyclone ready to go. Does pretty well against Phoenix. Hits really hard. 400 hit points over that 12 seconds or so. Not nearly enough for a Phoenix to survive that one, or way too much, rather, for a Phoenix to survive that. Stalker does chase an SCV away from that Zelnaga watchtower. Should be able to kill it unless, nope, Stalker lets it live. Sending a probe up to scout, because right now something weird is happening Has knows the insanity is a problem right now. Moving on up, and no, proxying himself right next door to where Happy as neither player knows this base exists. That's hilarious. Holy smokes. All right, so this was a good one. This was a good one here. Has going for the proxy third, but the proxy natural already there for Happy. Moving on out are the Phoenix lifting a worker, killing it very easily here. Two lifting a tank, trying to kill it. Marines and a Cyclone here too. Can they save the tank? No, can't save the tank, but losing a Phoenix in the process. That hurts a little bit. Now there are 4 instead of 5, which is not what Has feels is ideal, I'm going to have to say. So that base, again, neither of them know it's there. That's pretty funny. That is good stuff indeed. A Cyclone going to knock down these rocks along with his friends, the Marines, with no upgrades yet. Getting +1 infantry weapons, but not quite there yet. Resonating glaives on the way for Has, which means we're going to see quite a few adepts. But at this point, it's just there's a replacement Phoenix going for the Phoenix play, getting 2 bases, another expansion here, and an expansion here. Has is everywhere right now, but Happy is kind of outworking him here. Cyclone almost gets that thing, almost gets that. Phoenix can't quite pull it off. Marines very good against Phoenix. And the Nexus finishes on up here. Is this another Has? Are you expanding? Has is expanding here too. All right. Okay. Has is a crazy person. We're just going to put that in the mental memory banks and keep that in mind forever. So he has essentially 2 proxy bases and a regular type third here. Nobody's really scouting that well. Like right now, Terran player has no idea where anything is but the natural and the main. And right now, has no idea there's any base but this one. So he hasn't even scouted this with his Phoenix yet. He's going to fly in and try to do stuff now. But there is a missile turret. There are a lot of Marines. There's this one Cyclone. It's just difficult. Like, yeah, you can kill some workers here, but missile turrets hit so darn hard against air units. Cyclone getting some shots off. Phoenix fast enough to fly away from that Cyclone ability. And yeah, Phoenix Cloud just getting really big for Has. Is he just going Phoenix? And he does have a robotics facility coming up just now, so that's fine. Liberators coming out. Oh man, Liberators with that extra damage versus light. And the splash damage they could do, clumped up Phoenix Ball can die very quickly to a group of Liberators. We'll see if that is something that will happen here eventually. Do either of these... Neither of these guys know that they are right next to each other. This is actually hilarious. Okay, you go up the ramp and just check. No? No. All right, Happy... I understand Happy doesn't want to come out, because if he comes out and actually runs across a Phoenix or a scouting worker, he will give it away. But at this point, really no reason to leave. Again, trying to kill some things, killing some workers to this point. He has killed 6. Happy's killed a single one. It is 74 to 53 total workers. Has is out macroing the Terran player like a madman right now. I don't know what Happy is doing. Like, Happy's on 3 bases. He has Marines. He has Marauders. It's the 8-minute mark. Army supply right now is 25 to 47. Happy is not expanding nearly as hard as Has is, and it's really cutting into Has's ability to have a big-time army right now. That's kind of how this works. The longer it goes, the better it is for Has, but if this ends quickly, Happy is going to be the victor today. Phoenix are trying to take down this scouting factory, so it lands. Says, no, you cannot kill me, you jerks. Marines try to come over. Are there enough Marines? Actually, yes, they kill a Phoenix very quickly there. Cyclone desperately wants to get a kill. Has 2. Has 2, so not that shabby. Factory lands there, and ooh, Fleet Beacon on the way. Stargate Fleet Beacon. So has a robotics facility for a warp prism. It looks like not getting an observer, except for the one that he already made, which is where right now? I saw that thing. Did it die? Did he lose that? He might have just lost it. How unfortunate. Anyway, Fleet Beacon is completed. Tempest now coming out. Tempest hopefully to deal with the Liberators. A great choice by Has and by Protoss players everywhere. Armory on the way for Happy just to get those +2 upgrades and +3 for his bio units. A lot of adepts down here with that Resonating Glaive stuff, getting +1 attack for them at the same time, and getting shields, which does benefit both ground and air units. So it makes sense if a Protoss player is going for a lot of air to get this shield upgrade. Otherwise, they usually just stick with the ground armor. Or the sky armor, depending on what they're trying to do. Another base here for Happy. These players are just sort of hanging out, expanding everywhere. How many bases have not been taken? 2? Essentially 2. There are rocks on these bases. I don't quite count them. Oh, missile turret. Missile turret takes down the warp prism. Ouch. Ow, that hurts for Has. Resources, 1,150 lost for Has, 650 lost for Happy. Phoenix just trying to keep map control until these Tempest come out. So it's a Tempest Adept Phoenix play from Haz. This is really, really unorthodox. If it works, I'm going to be very impressed, and it might work just on the fact that he has so many workers right now. 85 to 65 compared to Happy. Happy is just playing defense, though. I don't know why he's not pushing out. He's not really scouting either, as we can see. He knows that the third base there. I think he must have scanned this area just check it, but he doesn't know anything about what's happening in the top side of this map, on the north side, which I can't necessarily blame him. You don't always scout there, but you saw the number of Phoenix that has had. Something's got to be throwing you off, like feeling off kilter, right? Something has to be setting off a warning bells inside your head. Production tab for Happy is insane right now. He's getting +2/+2 for his bio, getting a lot of Vikings, getting +1 ship weapons, getting more and more starports. I did say starports. There's an observer here. And here we go. Liberators again do full damage versus light and non-light units in the air. 7x2, 14x2, range of 5, and it is splash. One dead Liberator. No, does manage to get back with the rest of the group. Getting rid of that sensor tower, but no, pushing right on in here, trying to get some shots off. Look at how quickly that HP goes down on these Liberators, just absolutely tearing apart, along with the Viking support from the back. This air for Haz is getting absolutely evaporated. There are some stalkers on the ground, but not that many. The Adepts are passive participants, passive observers in the fight above there. And what, I mean, is that it? Is that all that is left there? Resources lost 3,300 to 2,000 thus far. And I mean, yeah, that Sky Toss play, not that great. Turns out Vikings and Liberators very, very good against the Sky units there. Fusion Core on the way. Ghost Academy coming up for Happy too. 11 minutes and 30 seconds into this game. Liberators setting up defender mode circles and getting shots off Vikings, taking down Tempest like they're not even there. Bam, that's two, the only ones. Nope, there's one still back there, still shooting away. Haz is not giving up there. Canceled something. Oh, looks like he made a mothership, then he canceled, then he did make the mothership again. So he's going mothership here. We've seen this quite a bit, actually, surprisingly often in the more recent professional games. Once again, does anybody know? No. Nobody has any idea up north what is going on. This is nuts. So basically, Haz thinks this is a 3-base Terran. Really, it's 5. And Happy thinks this is a 3-base Protoss. Really, it's 5. So this could be... I'm sure a lot of people are worrying. Both of these players are just wondering, what on earth is happening here? Was that an EMP? Might have been an EMP. I don't know. Knocking down these rocks to take this base right up here. Makes a lot of sense for Happy to do that. Has a command center under construction, but really just content to kind of hang back. He scans, sees the Adepts using their glaive cannons to knock down these rocks, and actually with that many, it does not take that long, especially with the upgrades, that +2 upgrade that they have. Trying to come in with the Adepts alone. This feels like suicide. I don't know if he's gonna... There's the cancel. There's the cancel. Recognizes what's happening. Storm coming up for Haz 2, getting advanced ballistics for the Liberators, increasing the range of their defender mode circles. And there's the Scout. There's the Scout. Finally sees both of these bases. Does Haz coming in to lay waste to them. And now's the time, says Happy. Go, and the recall saves everybody but a Tempest. Everybody but a Tempest. This base is completely dead, lifting off the orbital command. These guys too in a lot of trouble. Again, having a planetary fortress might have been able to save it, but that was not the case. Adepts are rocking in here too. Haz gonna actually lay waste to this mineral line. There's nobody here to defend. There's a single Liberator with a single defender mode circle here to defend here. Scouting on over. Happy recognizes, oh hey, there's already a Protoss base here too. This is a lot of dead workers right now. 47 workers killed by Haz, but Happy refusing to die, pushing right on in, killing that fleet beacon, killing this base too. These Adepts are resorting to killing buildings as their workers are too far away or something like that. Checking. No, trying to land here. Can't do it either. Can't do it either. Here's the big time army from Happy moving up the ramp against Haz, Vikings, and Liberators. Scans continuing to happen. Not really focusing down this mothership, which seems to me to be a big time problem. A lot of Adepts on the ground just getting absolutely murdered by these Marauders. Finally, the anti-air coming in. There goes the mothership. All that's left here is an Adept. She is gone. All that's left here are some Tempest. This could turn into a base race, except these Adepts are getting whittled down by Liberators with defender mode. +1 there, 90 damage per shot. An SCV dies, but that's okay. All these Adepts did get cleaned up. This base is up and running here. The army... Actually, that did not go as well for Happy as you would expect. A big round of Adepts came in and forced him back. All right, so here's your army for Happy. He's got Marines. He's got Vikings. He's got Liberators. Liberators seem to be very good in this patch of StarCraft 2, which is not the current patch, mind you. Phoenix do take down a Liberator as they outnumber it about 5-1 there. +2 plasma shields, no attack upgrades, no armor upgrades for those air units quite yet. Trying to throw down a pylon to stop this base from existing. This is great. All right, so Happy. That's a lot of gateways that has. Like 15, 16 gateways. He's on a lot of bases, though. So I can't necessarily argue with it. 43 to 36 total workers. Has is definitely in the lead right now. Here comes the mass adept play with Tempest support, with Phoenix support. Liberators setting up defender mode circles, trying to do their thing. Some Liberators, some Marines trying to focus down the Tempest. First of all, good choice, actually, because Tempest are a threat to the Liberators. Liberators doing very, very good against these ground adepts here. Is there enough anti-air to get rid of the Tempest? I don't know that there actually is. The depths pull out temporarily move out of those circles to avoid dying. Liberators trying to set up at a better position here as well. And that's it. The GG from Happy. Happy is defeated and is victorious. That was crazy go nuts. That was the most expanding I've ever seen on this map, Ruins of Endion. Every base but this gold one and this one got taken at some point. Okay, maybe this one didn't get taken either. Either way, it was a lot of bases there. A lot of bases. 5 Nexus remained. How many? 6 orbital commands remained there as well. Just has out-macroed Happy so hard. Adepts here laying waste to the main base too. Just an absolutely fun strategy, getting +3 attack, +2 shields, and +2 armor on the adepts. That adds up, man. That adds up a lot. These guys can hold their own against a lot of biological units. The Tempest were great against the Liberators. The Phoenix Ball did some good time harass. Did kill a Liberator as well, and that was it. Protoss wins the game. So that's it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit the subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter and Facebook, both at /FalconPaladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.